I am the Nature Hacker, and this is your world. So today I want to mainly tell you that the first development build of my game is being released right now. If you want to click below, a link in the description to my Dropbox, there is a zip file. Basically, you just unzip it, and then you can, extract to desktop or whatever. Click the little white and black square, but make sure you have the folder there too. There's a folder and then there's a little icon shortcut. Double click the shortcut, make sure the folder is there so it can pull out files there. So you don't have to install anything, it just plays like that. So I use Unity Engine, Unity version 5, I think it's 5, yeah, 5, Unity version 5 to make it. It's pretty basic. It's just one zone right now, yeah. So it's like a desert, kind of like sand dunes and things like that. And there's 3 camps throughout there. So each of those camps has a campfire. And one thing I really did is made it so that those campfires the light from those campfires can be seen a long ways away. So if you get up to like a high spot at night, especially because there's a day-night cycle, so when you first start up the game, it'll take 15 minutes to get to night. Night's very dark. I have a torch on the players right now. Everything's really rough and stuff because it's, I only started doing this a couple weeks ago. But, so if you kind of get up to a high place at night, you should be able to see the campfires from the different camps. And you can head there. I made, it's kind of decent there. It's kind of cool and things. And they're very basic though, and so that's where NPCs will be. There'll be a few NPCs there. Also, some of the functionality I'm going to put in the game is, well, one thing, when you have to craft your torches. That's kind of like the survival element in the game, is crafting your torches. You'll have to use up a torch every day, but your torch will keep you warm at night. If you don't have your torch, your health is going to tick away. So the torch will keep you warm. I mean, this is all future functionality. None of this is in the game yet. But the torch will keep you warm at night, and it'll obviously give you light, because nights are also very dark. So that's another survival element, is that you need to craft these torches so that you can actually see, so that you don't get killed by monsters. Monsters also aren't in it yet, which I'm going to be working on next, I believe. But anyway, then you go to a campfire, and you don't need a torch. You'll be warm, and you know what I'll actually do? They'll make it so your health ticks back actually positive when you're near a campfire. So there'll be hubs, like at nighttime. Lots of people will come to the camps and hang out. Talk to NPCs, sell their junk. Talk to other people, players and stuff. I mean, so I think the design is going to be really good. And remember, I am an engineer, so it's like, to have an engineer making a game is a really good thing, because most of the times it's just artists making games, artists and programmers. You need somebody with an engineering mindset to design game elements to have things that you want. Like, you want player congregation, you want also spreading out the players so there's not overcrowding. I mean, there's a lot of these types of elements that require engineering skills to solve, and not necessarily that you have to have a degree in engineering, but you need to have the mindset of an engineer, a designer, not just an artist and a programmer, but you need to have the higher level stuff like game design, game engineering type of things going on, social engineering in games. So it's good to have somebody with my background and stuff. And there's a couple possible people I'm working with. One of guys here on YouTube, I don't know if he wants me to say, he doesn't have any videos yet or anything, but we're kind of collaborating together, and I think where the direction I want to go is, because I'm an open source guy, so all the stuff I do is going to be open source. So I'm thinking, he has run servers in the past, so I'm thinking he could run basically the main server for the game, but also, since I'm releasing the source, other people will be able to release their own servers. I can imagine his server will be the best, because he has a lot of experience customizing and adding content and functionality to games that he has on his servers. So I envision him having the best server, kind of the official server for the game. This is all assuming that the game actually works. I don't hit any brick walls. I don't, I don't know, for some reason not able to continue developing or whatever. But that's the whole thing about open source that um, is that if I ever drop the ball, somebody else can pick it back up because everything's open source. I'm even gonna release my Unity save file, so you could take my game right where it's at and start modifying it, start building it. So what I'm gonna do with that, I'm going to be releasing my development builds of the game for free. So you can go onto the Dropbox link I'm going to provide you in the description below. You can download that, play it for free as long as you want, whatever. And I'm going to keep updating that link to give the most recent development builds. But also I'm going to be releasing links on my website, naturehackerproducts.com, where it has the actual... I'm going to have to find a way to host these files. They're going to be big, like a couple gigabytes, but where it has the actual save files for Unity. So you can go download Unity 5 and then boot up my save files, and you have the whole project there. You can change anything. You can modify anything. So I'm going to be selling that. I'm going to start out at $5 for that, but as things progress, as the game gets bigger, that price is probably going to go up, and the maximum that price will be is $15. Will be the release version of the release version of the save files will be $15, and the release version of the game will be $5. But up until the release, the game's going to be free, so you can just play the free versions forever, whatever you want. I'm trying to put networking in it. I have networking feature now, so if you play the game, you're going to see some buttons on the upper left corner of your screen. Just click the top one, host, and it'll bring you right in. But yeah, so I'm making networking, so hopefully it can be MMO-ish. I mean, not going to be a massively MMO, but it'll be at least multiplayer. At least like Minecraft is what I'm hoping for, is like where you can host your own server, people join it, blah blah blah. And the friend I have will probably have the biggest server if any of this goes anywhere. But anyway, yeah, so just really basic right now, and I'm just happy that I could get the little camps made, that I could get the terrain in a way that I like. And I like how we can see the campfires from a long ways away, so it's kind of like, if your torch goes out or something and you can't see anything, you go up to the top of a dune and you can see off in the distance the light of a camp nearby. So I like that. I think that's cool. My next, and I'm going to be working with that friend I have, since he hosts servers and stuff. I'm going to see if he can get networking working, like if it actually is working, because I followed a YouTube tutorial on how to put networking in the game, so hopefully that works. And from there, what I think I'm going to be doing next is working on monsters and like kind of getting some AI on the monsters so they kind of roam around, roaming monsters. And I have another friend who is an expert at Java programming, so maybe I can have him write some custom Java scripts. I don't know how to go about it, like if he wants to host them on the Unity asset store, or if he wants to get a cut of any profits I make or whatever. But he's really good at AI programming, so maybe he can write me some scripts for monster AI. So yeah, so once I get monsters in and they are moving around, then I'm going to work on like combat, like getting it so where you can actually swing at them and they can swing at you, and then after that kind of work on a health bar and things like that, and eventually spells and quests and things like that. Like the crafting system will just be questing, so it'll be like, get these materials, bring it to that NPC, and then you get a torch or whatever. So it'll be a basic game, small game. I might do some more zones if I can figure out how to do zoning and things like that. For now, it's just one zone. Anyway, yeah, so also that's it for that. And then also I've been promising a video on like the Rothschilds and the financial collapse, and I've been putting it off because I haven't really did enough research to feel like I can make a real video on it, but I do want to just give you an update on my thoughts, and my thoughts are that that I really don't know if the collapse will happen, because where we're at in history is we are out of the banker age. There's 666 year periods in human history since 15 AD, and we just finished one of those periods in 2012, 2013. So that last 666 years was the age of the bankers, and this is in Revelation 6, Revelation 6 verse 8, about the horsemen. The last horseman was a black horseman with the scales. He's the banker. The next horseman is the pale green horseman, who is basically the cults, the age of the cults. So now the bankers are going to take a backseat role now. Also the jihad, like Islamic jihad, is also going to take a backseat. That was the age before the bankers. And also the age of conquest, like the age of Rome and things like that, is also going to take another backseat in this new age. And there will be a new age of cults. So we're going to have cults, we're going to have bankers, we're going to have Islamic jihad, and we're going to have like conquest, conquering. So all of those are going to be going on at the same time. The bankers don't have ultimate control anymore as of a few years ago. So I don't really think they'll be able to create the collapse that they want. I think what will instead happen is countries are going to start going to their national currencies, which they already really do. Like if you were to go online and buy something from China, not through eBay, through like buying something directly from somebody in China, your bank would charge you a fee because they have to convert your dollars into Chinese yen to give to that Chinese bank. So that's all that's really going to happen with the petrodollar, is that they're going to be like, no, we're not going to only sell for, the Middle Eastern countries are going to be like, you know what, we're just going to sell for our own national currency, and if you want to buy it, you have to convert your currency into my currency. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be the end of the petrodollar. It's not going to be that big of a deal. It's really just a small fee. It's like, they say it's it's like under 3% or something. So really, that's not going to cause a collapse, the end of the petrodollar. That's just going to tack on a small little fee, and America is going to lose some of its hegemony and income. But yeah, I think what's going to happen is the banking system is just going to kind of fade out. The Rothschilds still think they have total control, so they're going to try to push for a global reserve currency like the SDR, standard drawing rights, but it's not going to go anywhere. Really what's happening is nationalism and cultism is taking over, so the central banking system is going to only take a back seat. It's not going to be the central player anymore. So maybe I'll try to do another video on that. I'm also going to put that stuff in the title so that people can see that I did talk about that right now. So anyway, thanks for watching. Click that link in the description below to try out the new development build in my game. Let me know what you think. If you want to get involved with this somehow, let me know. The first step, if you do want to get involved, is to get Unity 5. Go online and Google Unity 5. Download that personal edition, and then you can start working on that, and I can help you get started, and I can give you my save files so you can boot that up and see what type of stuff I did. Anyway, thanks for watching. I am the Nature Hacker. Do work.